Welcome to this explainer. If you're a foreigner or an applicant trying to navigate the Spanish immigration system, well, there's a highly significant update that you absolutely need to know about. Starting June 12, 2026, Spain is rolling out completely new international protection procedures. Now, these changes are a direct result of the new EU Pact on Migration and Asylum, specifically EU Regulations 2024/1348 and 2024/1351. Because dealing with bureaucracy can be honestly quite daunting, our goal today is to give you a purely factual, step-by-step guide on how these new rules actually function. We'll be focusing strictly on the procedures, the exact timelines, and your mandatory rights. We're going to stick right to the official framework so you have a totally clear, neutral understanding of the road ahead. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. Number 1, essential requirements. Number 2, the 3 procedures. Number 3, our step-by-step guide. Number 4, the border procedure timelines. And finally, number 5, official guidance. Let's get started. Starting right off with Section 1, the essential, mandatory requirements. These are essentially the non-negotiable ground rules for applying. So first things first, applying for international protection in Spain now strictly requires your physical presence. There are absolutely no exceptions made for digital convenience or third-party delegation here. You cannot apply online, and a legal representative cannot submit the formal application on your behalf. Appearing in person is literally the mandatory first step. Now, alongside that requirement for physical presence comes a fundamental and honestly very reassuring procedural right. Free legal aid is mandatory from the very start. This is a built-in safeguard just to make sure you do not have to navigate this complex system alone. Plus, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, or UNHCR, also has access to these procedures, provided you give them your prior consent. Moving right along to Section 2, the 3 protection procedures. Under the new EU Pact, applications are going to fall into one of 3 distinct categories. Under these new regulations, the pathways look like this. First, we have the border procedure. This applies when you have no entry authorization and you apply directly at a border crossing. Second is the accelerated examination procedure, which is triggered for urgent applications or specific inadmissibility grounds under Regulation 2024/1348. And third, there's the ordinary procedure, which is for applications submitted outside of that immediate border context, governed under Articles 24 and 25 of Law 1220/2009. We aren't here to evaluate which procedure is better or worse for you. That depends entirely on the factual reality of exactly where and how you arrive. Okay, Section 3, the step-by-step application guide. Let's look practically at exactly how and where you actually begin this process. The official process follows a very precise sequence. Step 1, you must appear in person at one of 3 designated locations. That's either a border post, an authorized police station, or an official immigration office. Step 2, right when you arrive, clearly express your intention to seek international protection. And then, Step 3, your application is formally registered and processed through an official interview. It's a strictly controlled, sequential process from start to finish. That brings us to Section 4, the border procedure timelines. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the precise timeline involved here. Let's walk through this chronologically because these are strict calendar days, and you need to know exactly what timeframes the administration is bound by. Once the formal interview happens at the border, authorities have exactly 4 days to conduct an initial examination, which will result in an inadmissibility or rejection decision. If the decision happens to be unfavorable, you have an incredibly narrow window, just the first 2 days of the appeal period, to submit a reconsideration request. Now, the administration aims to resolve the whole procedure within a 6-week target, but the absolute maximum total time allowed, and this includes judicial review, is 12 weeks. During this highly compressed timeline, the actual authority making the decisions shifts. For that critical initial 4-day examination window, the decision-making competence lies entirely with the Director General of International Protection. If your case extends past that initial period, say into reconsideration or further review, the authority shifts over to the Undersecretary of the Interior. Knowing exactly who holds jurisdiction at which specific hour is really a defining feature of this new 2026 framework. Finally, Section 5, official guidance and our disclaimer. As these legal frameworks become increasingly standardized across the EU with incredibly strict timelines, understanding these mandatory protocols is crucial for absolutely anyone navigating migration in Europe. So how will this new balance of tight administrative efficiency and fundamental human rights shape the reality on the ground?
Well, that is something we must all continue to watch closely. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep in mind, this is informational guidance, not legal advice. Always verify the official source. Instruction BOEA 2026-1285 at interior.gov.es.
That was a quick overview. On our website you'll find step-by-step guides to many procedures: the Padrone, the health card, the NIE, the TIE, legalization, and more. The link is in the description. And if you get stuck, message our Telegram bot. We'll walk you through for free, step by step.